All right, we are back. Let's see. Do we have audio? Let's see. I was on mute. I'm sorry. I forgot. Oh, we've got audio. I think I heard myself. Never been so happy to hear myself speak. This does lead me over here though. So we want to go back to, was it to Stitch? I need a clean shutdown. Let's go into tickets, Stitch. Let's see, clean stream shutdown. There we go. We might do that tomorrow. Where were we? Get UI. We're going to test this out. All right. No, no, not that one, not that one. Yes, we're adding debug. That's fine, that's fine. I want that line. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. That is awesome. Debug for layout. Yes, we want that section. Yep, that one. What else do we have? This and that. Oh, yes. I actually want that whole thing there. Yes, yes, yes. Child added, we don't want. But you know what we can do? We just come back down here to list. Where is it? We don't want this piece here. Look at that. Gorgeous. That is so cool. Commenting that out. Yes, we want that. All right, that's the next piece. List, layout. Okay, this should all compile now. Wait, how do we get to stage changes? Oh, it changed. Stashing stashes. No, normally I could hit S here, but that's been rebound, hasn't it? Looks like these lost their quick keys, which I was kind of fond of. Close, create, okay. Commit. Let's see, in this case, what did we do? We fixed VBox random order, child order. Oh, and did you see the little progress thing up on the top? That was neat. I never use stashing. Stashes. I mean, I do sometimes, but you know. Okay, back to where we were. Where's Godot? Here's Godot. Now, this border box for the center section is going to have a number of things in it. Let's say that we have another VBox in there. Let's add VBox. Oh, not, it's a list. The border box, then we'll toss some text in there. Good. We're doing this via um, just a lot of pieces wrapping each other, and that seems fairly comfortable at the moment. I don't feel like we need the ability to kind of have each component support like VBox, HBox, like alignment, etc. This seems like it's working pretty well. I mean, it would be nice if we could have something here that would restrict the height and maybe some alignment, like control there. I'd prefer to have in the middle of that box. So let's get that working. Let's see, do we have align? No, 3D scene. Oops, LIGN. Let's add a script to that. Browse, native, align, load. Okay. Scenes, UI, align. Now inside of here, we've got vertical alignment, horizontal alignment. Ah, so that's all wired up, but we do not have a setup in lib. Needs to be a tool class. And what did we have going here? List should have layout when exiting the tree. These things are bothering me. Why did you not have a layout when you were exiting the tree? List, exit tree. I mean, it's because these are out of order. All right, we have to, well, it's either that or self.container. Oh, this is the wrong thing. Because that calls into there, which calls script or remove child. Actually, I don't see what was wrong with this. I mean, unless this is talking about the container, tank perk, because, I mean, that, we'll see, because that comment was wrong. Well, comment, this error message was wrong. We'll see which one it was, because it was this one or this one. And it's not like that's gonna not happen. Hey, Oscar, how's it going? Yeah, we had a little fun this morning. A little too much fun. Maybe a lot too much fun. We spent like 20 minutes doing that. Way too much time to spend on that. All right, let's open game. So far, so good. All right, we should be able to, let's say this is a container. We're going to rename these title. Let's add a line, toss text inside of that. Now we should be able to say, oh, interesting. Why did it start out as center? And we can't reset it. Attempting to invoke missing method variable update. That's on a line probably. Let's grab one of those functions, just an empty one from list. Wait, what? It doesn't have one. Variable update. So we could either get those values or just set up constraints. I think we just need to set up constraints for this. So inside of a line, instead of registering our values here, where is it? Enter tree and exit tree. These need to be more like VBox. What is it? It's called list. I keep calling it VBox. Okay. It's ready. Ready is, there we go. That'll fix that issue. However, now, oh, what am I doing? Only. All right. Why did we get center for these? Why is the default center? Center is the value of 2. Default is 0. Vertical alignment, horizontal alignment. We call into on that. That's alignment. So when we go to an I64, match on self, start, center, and end. I'm hoping this is just because of this issue, and it's crashing and causing Godot issues. Save, close, quit. I wanted to check something else. How's the... It looks all right. All right. Playback rate's at 2 megabit per second on 720p. That's odd. It's actually a lower bit rate on my original. They increased the bit rate. Oh, that's so funny. That's funny. That's really funny. All right, let's keep going. So their 720p is actually using more megabit per second than the 1080p. Okay, so far so good there. Now I have alignment. Where'd it go? Oh, game. Sometimes when I scroll back there, things go poorly. All right, now we have a line. We've got text. We don't have constraints set up in alignment. Let's say reset those. Interesting that it resets it to, we can't set it to start. Why not? Okay, okay. Let's figure that out. What did I do here? From I64. So when we get an I64 in, if I get the value 2, oh, that's why, because these are wrong. It should be like so. Yeah, those weren't the same. All right, now let's look at the constraints. That'll fix that issue. Create constraints. This is already getting called. It's all wired up. We just need to fill it in. What are the constraints? Oh, so let's say you have match self dot, I don't know, like horizontal. This song, I'm surprised nobody has like thumbs down this one. That one is just too much. All right, we will always have a constraint here. Let age constraint equal that. Let v constraint equal match self dot vertical. We'll have to register those. We also need to make sure we remove any constraints. All right. And we do this for each child? Or do we only support one child? We don't support just one child, do we? But in this case, everything will be stacked in here. So, oh, you know what? Our stacking order is actually going to be messed up too. Oh, that's not good. Missing match arm. Yeah. Fill match arms. Don't care. Okay, we're going to come back to this. We've actually got a number of these things to fix. Um, let's go to screen. Start at the top level here. Yeah, see, this is going to be the same thing. And depending on the hash map, the order of our children is going to be stacked. Is that true? No, the constraints, we control the constraints here, but Godot controls the Z. So we should be fine. Never mind. We're good there. We're good. All right. Or, uh, what are we iterating over? This is the child map, right? For blah in self dot child props. going to be what, child? You know what? Child, comma. We want to iterate on that. So this will be a tuple, and then something else. I don't remember. I think it's like variable or property or something. Yeah, variables. Oh, robot project, you're welcome. Oh, you're more than welcome. Yeah, we try to raid Rust streamers, so it's kind of a random thing. So we usually use this what stream script here. Let's see who's doing what. Looks like we got toggle bit also on there. Surprised. I should put Rust first. Oh, you did to get your shaders working. Oh, lovely. Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, let's have let brands equal. This is going to be a vec colon the width capacity R2 self dot constraints. Can we register constraint? Add constraints. Child and the constraints. Now remind me again, robot project. What's a bigger picture thing there? So what was your big goal? What are you trying to make? Let's see, I'm gonna have to clone this. All right, now we need some constraints. Constraints. Gonna need the variables for this. So if you're horizontal constrained, yeah, there we go. To map surroundings, first an autonomous scale semi-truck. Oh wow, maybe a humanoid after. Oh, that's cool. It's very cool. It's very cool. We're playing with Godot and some UI creation stuff. Um, yeah, I don't want to do an insert. Let's do it like a push value. That's going to be H constraint and V constraint. Now, what do we return here? We need some sort of constraint. And if we're saying that horizontally, we want you left aligned, so aligned to the start. And because we only do left to right, we're not doing right to left. We don't have to worry about this so much. But I can see in the future that this has to take into account whether or not the language is left to right or right to left. So we need our variables, we need its variables. I'm feeling a little lazy. Let's see, let's go in here. Okay, now we need the child left. Now here we're calling them props. That's fine. R left. Now we can come up with a constraint, and we could say that we strongly suggest that the child's left is equal to our left. So we will say child left, weighted relation, EQ, string, to our left. Anything else we need to import? I think that's it for that. Now, center is going to be more interesting. Let's do end first. We'll come back to the centers after we get the easy one stamped out. Left, CGN right. Okay, there. Right aligned one, that's fine. Now these. Now this is going to be top. And bottom. All right. Which one is variable? That's variable. That that's correct. And this one? They're both. Yeah, they're both variable. That should be fine. Then we have weighted relation. Let's save it. See if it's still confused. Type mismatch. This here, let's give this a type, because that should be a constraint. A cassowary constraint. Which one is this? Okay, save it again. I found partial constraint. Why? Let's go back to list. Is it because this? Because we haven't filled that in? I mean, that would be strange. The error was saying that it's expecting one, finding the other. What are we missing? This is supposed to get assigned into that H constraints. Everything else seems fine. Did we get the weighted relation wrong? Ah, oh, look at that. We're using the trait for equal instead of the variant. Wow. I, I like this API even less. That's funny. Okay, to do. Toss that in there. Okay, now we have to get the centers done. All right, constraints needs to be immutable. Now for the centers. Child left, our left, child left, child right. So we need the distance between these to be equal. How do we do this? We need the left and the right. Then we need to be able to say that the child left. Okay, so what there's so many different ways you could do this because I mean we could just say that the gaps between them are equal, and then depending on the child width, it would kind of fill it out. Let's try that out. Let's say that let's say in this case the child left is a higher value. So let's say child left minus our left is equal to, now on the right side, our right will be larger minus child right. And all this does is it says that the gaps on each side are equal. I don't know if that's going to be correct though. The way that the rest of the components work together. I mean, it feels right, but mm, top, 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 and right is going to be bottom. There we go. Let it finish building while I check on something. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. All right, that finished. Save Godot, close it. Save, close, quit, yes. I'm ordering a mic so we can do some audio recordings for the game. Gonna get the kids in on this. Should be fun. Get them to scream. Ah, all that good stuff. All right. So here, interesting that text has a very small width. Well, it appears to have a small width. Huh. All right. Align is set to center. Let's go to start, maybe. Is that still busted? So we can't choose start. We can choose end, choose center. Oh, you can see it moving. Oh, that's vertical. Let's go to start and end. Oh, wow. Okay. It's over there now. Okay, first off, we can't choose start. That's a problem. We need to fix that. I thought we had fixed that. Start is the value of 1. Oh, but we're defaulting to 0, aren't we? All right, let's decrement these. Yeah. I forgot that we do that, and then we also say you have a default of 0. Start, center, end, start, center, end. Horizontal, okay. Horizontal, horizontal, vertical, vertical. Vertical operates on vertical. Horizontal on horizontal. Good. All right. Hmm. That all looks fine. Good night, Godot. We'll be back. Border box should have a constraint when exiting the tree. Should have container when exiting the tree. Why does it not have a container? This is called from take parent container, border box, oh, take parent. That's in exit. Here, exit tree. So take parent container. I think these things are out of order. That does a container.take, and if it doesn't exist, things are wrong. On ready, we add a container. Why don't we add the container on when the tree is entered? And on tree entered instead of on ready. Yeah, your name is set. And we add ourselves as a child to the parent. See, I think this one. See if we moved this up. So on enter tree, we save the layout, add the container, and then opposite when we exit the tree, we take the container, deregister the layout. Because when we add the container, it needs a layout, yes? No, we just climb it. These are independent of each other. But let's just mirror them, just for sake of consistency. And now on tree entered, mutable reference to the container. We say add child. Add. So this is really adding ourself as a child to the container. Add self to a container. Yeah. let's move this to there. So the problem is that list and the other one don't actually register their variables. Yeah, this is kind of leaking out a little bit. We should probably, what is layout node? Oh, that's a very, what? Okay, so we did list, right? I guess technically I'm more interested in add container. Self.add container. But this is layout node. Okay, that's the one that we were looking at. So it's list and align. Line, okay, good. Exit tree, we call exit tree, which deregisters the variables if they were registered. Takes the container, takes the layout. Okay, align. Ah, we can choose start now. Lovely. Okay, that's good. Vertical alignment. Let's go to end. Oh, look at that. And center. Haha. Start, end, and center work. Wow. Oh, wait. The constraint was not removed? Are we just adding constraints? I'm guessing we're just not logging the constraint being removed. Yeah, see. Yeah. However, we can see that in this case, right gets set to 18, but it's not over there. It should be all the way over there. Start, center, end. Oh, wait. Why did it do that? Oh, center takes it all the way to the right. Oh, that's messed up. Start works, end doesn't work, and center is just busted. Okay, all right. So if we go look at text, I think this is an issue with text. Where is it? Our constraints are added right here. So we deregister the constraints, create a new constraint, set up new ones. Now, for this to work, we have top, bottom, Now what is this doing? This is saying that the bottom top plus height says our bottom is equal to top plus the height. This has nothing to do with width. We don't have a width constraint, do we? What is the right side supposed to be on this? Because as this comes down through, because a line doesn't actually give it a width, which it needs to be able to use for wrapping or for knowing what its right side is. So what should we do in this case? List will, VBox will, excuse me, border box will, but a line, hmm. So start works because left and top are fairly simple. Vertical center, vertical end work. Why? Because the height of this was set via the constraint, but the width on this was not set, or rather the right side of this. So we could set a weak constraint for our right side. So then we have a right, and we need left, because we should have width in here, right? After layout, scale, where's constraints? Oh, no, not that. Oh, we just have, just constraint there. Let's change this to be a vertical constraint. Vertical constraint. That's going to be top. No, no, that's right. Right is weight of relation, colon, colon, equal to a weak left plus self dot width, which is giving us the wrong type, right? Do we not have width? No, we don't. That's going to be layout. What's the type on that? I thought it was in layout. Is it not in layout? Multi-line layout. Oh, no, width is passed in. It's line width. It's right minus left. And in some cases, we don't have that set, do we? What is our right getting set to? Sorry, where's update variables? I want to know what the value is here. because it seems like our right side is getting set to something. Otherwise, we would be drawn vertically, right? Each character on its own line, kind of like when we do that. So when we just, yeah, why is this? See, this is more along the lines of what I'd expect. Yeah, okay, so it's actually not able to solve it correctly. It doesn't have enough information, which is why we get different results sometimes. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for a moment. Text does need a width. What should the width be? Let's go to a line. It's, I think in these cases we also have to have an end constraint. I have to say, okay, you are this wide, and then text could override that. It could say, no, 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 I'm not. I don't have that much width. All right, let's do that. So we'll have 4 here. We've got the horizontal constraints, vertical constraint. We also need the width and height constraints. So let's do those at the end. We need the child right. Let's call it the right constraint. Our right is going to be weakly equal to the child's right. Yeah, and then the child would be free to override and say, my width and height is actually this. Oh, plot plot. Then we have our right and our bottom constraint. Okay. Now text can say, hey, I've tried drawing with that. That's wider than I need to be, so I'm going to pull that in. So now in text, let's give this like a medium constraint for its maximum, for its actual width. So we need our actual width. So when we go through layout, does layout record our max width? No, it doesn't. And we deleted all that code. Okay, so let's add that back. Let face, we need the font phase. What is that? Font phase. That'll give us the font phase. Let mutable max width is equal to 0 currently. Yes. Give ourselves a property here. Width option F32. Sure. Same thing here. You don't have a width until you've had your text measured, laid out. All right, now at the end, let's make sure we replace that. Just receive info that one of the systems we have integrated with only talks files over SFTP. What year is this? Hey, at least it's secure, right? SFTP. Yeah, yeah. Silver lining. How's my week going? It's going all right. Other than the little kerfluffle in the stream earlier, I think it's all right. Could be way worse. Files over facsimile. Only facsimile. All right, what do you call a bear with? Oh, we did this one. Where do cows go for entertainment? To the movies. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. You know what we need for this? We need a laugh track. What's our laugh track? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's your? Yeah, no, we want. There we go. All right, do we have? We gotta try this out. Why can't you give Elsa a balloon? Because she will just let it go. All right. So bad. I'm sorry. Oh, your daughter loves that one. Yeah, it's a good one. Uh, what do we have? We've got, wow, they got all sorts of stuff. Elmer Fudd. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great. All right, done with that. Let's turn off that. Good. What just happened, right? Why does it think that? Oh, that's a dot zero because we need to get the width of each character, specifically the last character, so that when we switch to a new line, oh, we have to add it up, don't we? We need to know the offset in the character, because we don't have to. You know what would be helpful here? Moraes, good morning. How you doing? How are you? I think we should update that crate to also include the width of the character. That is because it has it. It just didn't include it. All right, let's go fix that crate. Then we can include that, and then we know the width of these things. All right, it's a little bit of a rabbit hole, but that hasn't stopped us before. Yeah, doing well, doing well. TTF word wrap. All right, lib. No, in this case, oh, those are our tests, but we kind of get the idea. So we're going to change this. We want white space word wrap. Yes. Actually, I want the position object position to also include width. Do I know how to program Java? Yes, I do. The width of the char. All right, that should lead us to everywhere we need to fix this. Yeah, just a couple. All right. Some of these are they're just going to be in the tests. Right? Yeah. So which ones of these are not in the test? Position here. See, right there, we have char width. What type is that? That's a U16. All right, let's go update that here. It's a U16. Can I help you with a Java question, please? If I can. I mean, it's been a couple years since I've done Java, but go ahead and ask. Sounds like Wardley has experience with Java as well. Now, what's your question? What's your question? Have you been programming Java very long? Tell us about your Java time. There's lib, here's position. All right. So this is also a test. Now, I don't know the width of these, so we're just going to give these some faux width. Width is 0, right? We'll come back and fill these in. Yeah, I think I tapped out at Java 7, Java 8, so it's been a little while. But let's see. Create a class to represent a house and create instances of that class in an execution class called city. Now, the home class must have attributes according to the rooms it has. Well, no, we're not going to do your homework for you. Yeah, it's done. Now, which part of this? Actually, we're not going to do your homework, but if you have questions about this, we can help you figure it out. I mean, I really don't mind like helping people to understand things because it happens all the time, right? And often there will just be like this little aha moment, and we can try to help you find that aha moment. Totally not a spam bot. Hey, Zenron, it's okay. We know the spam bot. All right, I'm just going to toss these on there. We're going to have to update all of these because of the tests. It'll be all right. How it goes? It's going all right. All right, let's save. Yeah, it's going all right. We're making a change to our TTF crate. Why? That is not where those errors are. Try again. Okay, it looks like it's given up. Well, COC has. Try again, COC. And this is going to go into a TTF word wrap, cargo test. I think we got like 30 numbers to update. Should be pretty quick though. Then we'll have to update this, put out a breaking version. Yeah, see. Assertion failed. Oh, um, okay. What's the valid value? All right, let's get the one glyph test first. See, where is that? One glyph. Oh, we're using matches for this. All right, we'll just run test nearest. But that's not going to give us the output we want. Cargo. All right, Moraes. Um, where are you stuck on that homework? Where are you stuck on it? Is it like all of it? Is it like you don't know how to create a class in Java? I mean, which part? All right, let's give this a no capture. There we go. Look, that's its width. Copy that, paste that. Not there. Here. All right, one down. Cargo test. Which one's next? Tests new lines. I don't know. Space S new lines. Here. All right. Token. Hopefully we can get through all of them. I doubt it. Here. New lines. Come on, give me the first one. 1336. That's the first one, yes. Oh, look, it's actually on the next one. All right, but we don't know this one. Let's see, 1275 on this. 75. This one we don't know. The next, oh, we do know this one. This is 1333. So we can skip that one and test this one, the D. 1343. Yeah, it looks like Morris moved on. All right, that works. Get rid of the debug. Good. Test Y. Oh, it's right here. Debug token. 969. All right. Test no width. Next one down. One, two, two, two. All right. Now we're down to the big tests. So no width. One, two, three, four of those. A 1539. All because we want this one number. All because, let's see, 1168. Six, 93. It's almost done. This time we fix one more test. 1155. Oh, is that all the tests? That's all the tests. Fantastic. All right. Get status. Oh, you know what? Get UI. I think we're missing something. Cargo test. Yeah, see, Nomicon positions. And I think the documentation is also busted. Oh, you've got to be kidding. 15233? No, 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 no. Can we lead stuff with matches? Maybe we should have done that. Rust, matches. It doesn't say that we can. And that one's fine. Oh, you know what? It might not actually be that bad because we advance positions and then check the next one. Oh, okay. DBG token. Okay, let's see. Where does that fail test? No capture. Let's say assertion failed. 15233. And what's your width? That's a very large width. I doubt that. Oh, because I just copied the one from below it. Yes. Okay, try again. There we go. 1222. Yeah, that's. I think we already knew that. And we'll need this and then this one. Okay, that's not so bad. It's just three little things. I thought we were gonna have to update it for all of those tokens in there, but it's not the case. So the next one, 1168. 1168. Oh, 433. Hmm, good. Now we've gone to the doc tests. That's in lib. Where is that? That's in here, I think. It's gonna be this. UVG, bang, boom, positions, 0. And this needs width 0 for now, so it'll compile. Oh, if you don't care about the missing field, you can explicitly ignore it. Seriously? Okay. Well, it might be useful though in the documentation of the one place that it's actually useful. Well, let's see, it's going to be the character M1788. Oh, no, no, read me. Where's read me? lib line 45? I don't see it. Where's, oh, 45. It's up here. There it is. DBG, oh, the same value. It's the same code. What was the other one? 1788. Yay. Okay. Now, we want the position here in our crate. Let's make sure it works. Then we'll publish that new version. Probably update some dependencies, etc. Get status, get UI. Say, adding a glyph position. All right, cargo update. Let's see what we can do for updates and upgrades. Anything? Nothing? Car cargo. I mean, maybe not. But I thought TTF updated recently, didn't it? TTF parser? All right, well, if that's okay. Actually, I don't see how this isn't going to help us. Because we were in text layout here. We've got our width and our position offset. This then would have width on it, and we could do stuff with it here. So if that was there, just reasoning through this, we'd have max width is going to be equal to max width dot max of that or offset plus width. What are we hacking on today? To us. Good morning. Welcome. We're working on alignment. So we're creating some widgets here that can be aligned vertically or horizontally inside of the rest of the system that we've built out. Um, yeah, so we just updated this other crate that we have. Let's see, what is the correct way to do this? Change log. What is this going to be? This is going to be O.5.0. Oh, that and I hit the wrong buttons because this is a breaking change. Added glyph width to position. All right. Gotta push. Cargo, what is it? Release? I don't remember. We did this so long ago. Level or version. Yeah, we're gonna go with the minor. Cargo release minor. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Now it's gonna build it, run it, the tests that is. Then it'll publish it, and then we can use it in our other crate. Uploading. Layouts are hard. Yeah, we're using Cassowary. Where am I from? I'm from all over, man. All over. I live in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Why do you ask? All right, let's go into our cargo.toml, TTF word wrap. We want 5.0. Okay, put that back together. Let's see if we can get this. Come on, Tmux, you can do it. All right, it's gonna take it a minute. But yeah, I kind of grew up in the Los Angeles area, so Orange County, which is where the accent comes from. A lot of people ask me, "Are you Canadian?" I say, "No, what's this about?" But no, I'm not. Oh, where people stream from? Yeah, actually, I stream before work. So, like some people go to the gym before work. I sit on my butt. Sometimes I stand and I push buttons. So these we got our workout, sort of mental exercise. Let's see, crates.io. I want to see most recently updated. Just updated. TTF word wrap. Boom. All right. And this is how often we reuse it. Actually, who's using the 0.3.0? The old versions. That's interesting. You watch Twitch while having lunch? That's cool. That's cool. All right, so we've got that. Okay, should be there. Oh, we want to go into text layout because we need this value. That's a U16. We want a U32 as underscore here. I just like programming in Rust. I like programming, especially if it's, kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Why do I think this is a float? It's our U32s. Why is our height an F32? Max height line is F32. Line height. Oh, because line height's an F32. Yeah, well, hmm. We're going for U32 here. Oh, function width. Self. Now, I'm going to flip it here to an F32. Oh, and thank you for the follow. I missed a couple too. Thank you all. Unwrapper default. So by default, you'll get a 0, but internally we know. And type annotations needed. Yeah. And it's U32. All right, I think that's what we need here. Oh, as underscore, whatever. Um, now, now for our text stuff. Yes, our horizontal constraint. Is this where we were saying we needed to know the width of our text? So we ask layout.width for that information. That's an F32. Add constraint, vertical. Okay, now this here is wrong. Rust Analyzer just doesn't understand what it is. What? Can't find weak. It's right here with strong. All right, now we need to add the other, which is horizontal constraint. So we have vertical constraint, horizontal constraint. Right was imported twice for some reason, or not imported, fetched, whatever. Unresolved import. What? Cargo check. That's fine. Rust Analyzer is either that or COC. It's a little off at the moment. Okay, well it did build. Now let's go and restart Godot. Oh, we're in the wrong location for that. Control Godot. Hey Tommy Luco, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, let's open game. We're playing around with text alignment. So now we have alignment issues. We can see that text top, text bottom are being set. Text right was set to 18. Okay, now these, I don't believe. Let's just make them both start. Center. It's interesting. End. Okay, that kind of works. That's a little odd how the vertical alignment does that. Okay, we'll have to look at that. Oh, okay. Where did it go? Oh, the left is negative 7,000, no, 8,785. Oh, you're a bit annoyed. Oh, that sucks. Does it have to do with Gen 2? Is it the Gen 2? All right, well, there's our problem. We could go look for it, or just click here. We can see that, oh yeah, you're way over there. Okay, that didn't work. for a horizontal alignment for center. End, did end work? Text right is 18. Sundreal, good morning. How you doing? And the learning, wait, what? You just got dropped off in the information you need to learn for an exam, but not the stuff you were originally supposed to learn. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, that's not fun. And the learning guide itself is 218 pages in size, not the documentation itself. Huh. What are you studying for? I mean, like, it's good that you're studying, but what are you studying? 218 pages? All right. Oh, vSphere. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you need to know more stuff than the public stuff. I see. Are you like you do like support consulting? Oh, you're on the hot patch team. Uh, gotcha. So we did that, and it's still got an X of that. Horizontal, start. Start works. End didn't work that time. Text right, 18. Morning, JT. How you doing? At least one step closer to the VMware Master Certificate. Wow. So you would have to do that anyways. Gotcha. That's a lot. A lot to do there. So our constraints here. All right, let's focus on one thing at a time. Start, we're going to leave. I'm glad you're doing well. Oh, the right is 8,000 now. What? Oh, the scale. We forgot the scale. Um, Text, we forgot to multiply that by the scale. Variable. Rename that to text width. Yes, Jost. Morning. Welcome, Raiders. Deviant Bit, thank you for the raid. How you doing this morning on this fine Wednesday? How have you been? We're playing around with Cassowary. It's a it's a constraint solver. So here, if we look at Cassowary, Cassowary linear constraint solving algorithm. So we're using that crate, trying to get this to control our UI layout. And at the moment, we're trying to align some text inside of a parent, but the constraints and something just went wrong. You were tasked to get the Spring Core certification, but too much to try. Hmm. Can't imagine a master's. Wow. You're doing better now that you figured out that your math wasn't wrong. The image was just really, really small on the screen. Oh, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that, Tommy. Yeah, that sort of thing we definitely can't help with, but we're here if you need a shoulder. Why wasn't that saving? Oh, there we go. Do you need to fly to the US for the jury stuff when you do the masters? Jury stuff for masters? What? That's not like a legal court thing, right? You're talking about something else. Oh, that's right. We don't need face in there. Face goes away. Text layout. Okay. Oh, TS Josh. I was wondering when somebody would notice. We clipped some stuff earlier. There was a black bar at the top, and yeah, you're right. It's a little off. Let's fix that real quick. See, that should be. I don't know. Let's make that a little bigger. That is so weird. Just move that down a little bit. There we go. All right. I have no idea why is it because, oh, because it's not scaled right. Okay, well, here, we'll just scale, transform. Here I come, fit to screen. Okay, now we'll constrain that down there. There we go. All better. You have to write out a full setup thesis and defend it in front of the jury. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's uh, a little bit like that. Sorry, reading back DeviantBit, similar to that, but yeah, let's just show you. Let's see. All right. So here we have Godot. Come on, Godot. Oh, I still had Kitty selected. No wonder. Who knows what I did to Kitty in the background. Oh, Lycan. Uh, yeah, I don't mind people asking questions about stuff. And while we won't solve your homework for you, we can help you understand what's going on. All right, vertical alignment. That's messed up. Why is this like that? It's because it doesn't have any width. Twitch overflow. It's here. That should be L, control. Oh, now look. Now it's got a width. That's interesting. All right. Vertical. Let's do the horizontal. Center. That's strange. Why did it do that? Text bottom. 0.75. I mean that. Okay. Text end. Start. Center and end. Okay, those work. But if we go start, center, and end here, that doesn't do anything. We're not seeing text right get set. It's like way up here, it got set once. Let's save it. I think I've got an issue with rendering. Like occasionally it doesn't re-render. So like here, that start and end, it's not quite right. Here, let's flip that back. Let's go to start, clear this out, go to end. Okay, what did we get? We have a couple of constraints. Removing constraints, removing, adding. Okay, here we go. What did we add? Not looking forward to the Tanzu Specialist certification. What? Your boss wants you to get certified for Spring. Is that the Java Spring stuff? What is that? What Spring stuff is that? All right, and text right got set, but we don't see it on the right side. What's getting added in here? Variable 181 coefficient 1.0 term variable. Okay. Constant strength equals. Oh, I don't want to parse that right now. But that's definitely not a right of that. So our position is not correct here. Well, right got set, but setting right, I think it's now up to text to do the right thing. We look at UI text. What's it? Update, variable update. So when this comes through, we do an update deferred. Java Spring Framework. Ah, gotcha. And Tanzu is for Kubernetes. I see. Honestly, after studying it, you really don't like it. Oh, I see. Yeah, there. So, variable update here. So our left value, so we ended up with right coming through. This is interesting because it's possible that having had the right value set, the left value shouldn't be set anymore. As for text, these are it's one or the other. You want to be able to grab all the certificates to be able to write it on your resume? Being able to write down? Hmm. That looks cool though, yeah. Yeah, it looks like that'll work pretty well. How does that fit into Godot? Uh, Godot has a bunch of stuff. So we're using Godot. Godot's a game engine. Um, but I thought that it would be neat to have kind of a better sort of text and um, border system. So I decided I'd build that out. For example, here, if you in Godot wanted to have 2D text in a 3D space, right? Kind of like this, you couldn't do this, right? Because the UI would be flat. It would be rendered onto an image, and that texture would be put in 3D space. The other big difference here is that I couldn't stand the text when it got put on 3D, or when it was rendered and then placed in 3D space. Um, it was just not smooth, and I prefer to have this. So we went and figured out how to tessellate fonts and toss them into Godot. So now you can have fonts in 3D space, right? It's all gorgeous, nice curves and everything. I know we got like 250,000 vertices here. However, we only have like 104 draw calls, which isn't bad at all. And if we turn off and go back to normal, we're down to a mere 130 draw calls. Actually, that seems high. Why is that so high? Is it because of this? No. Huh. Anyhow, but you can do things like, adjust the text on this. So you just have really, really, really long amounts of texts, right? In 3D space. Oh man, smooth fonts. If you don't have smooth fonts, I cry. Look at that. It's all about the fonts. So much clearer than the 2D ones. Okay, let's put that back. Come back in here. This actually seems a little high at the moment. That No, I don't want text. I want UI text. Test. Huh. So the Rust stuff that I'm writing, is that some plugin for Godot? It is. It is. Godot has a system called GD Native, right, where you can use a different language and implement it certain APIs, and they can load a shared library into Godot and attach that code to objects in Godot. So you can see these little scrolls here. Those are scripts. So this object here, or let's go to one that has more visual appeal, like text. So if we go to the text object, we could change some of this, put a dot on there, whatever. So where's our text? Was it not rendering here? That's okay. Anyhow, the point is that if you click into that object, you can see that we're pointing to this binary script. So it's actually loaded this. Um, I'm on OS 10, so it's what a dylib, and it's attaching those out of there to the UI objects, or to the, I guess not UI objects, but to the game objects. Back to 3D, close that one. So yeah, Godot has that font loaded by Rust, tessellated by Rust. The meshes are then given to Godot and rendered. So we can also do some other interesting things. Here, you can see that we have different rounded corners for these. Let's play around with the bottom border box. It doesn't have much in it at the moment. Let's go back into, is it top view? No, front view. All right. Now these corners on the left, I know that thing's kind of wide. It's okay. Now let's adjust the left border so you can change the border size there. You could change the margin, right? Make it indent a little bit. Um, what else could we do? The radius, like the top left radius. Look at that. And all of this is happening by Godot interacting with Rust, and Rust is actually producing new tessellated shapes for Godot as it does this. So that mesh is just getting updated whenever I drag this around. All right, now let's the bottom right. So you can come up with some interesting shapes with this. Let's increase the top border just for fun. I want to see what that looks like. Yeah, look at that on the right side. I don't handle all the cases because I mean, arguably that should then force the curve to not be able to extend past it, but it's a little bit of an edge case. I figure somebody would set it up and be like, oh no, I don't want that, and fix it. So set these back to 0.1. There we go. Tommy Luca crying in the Linux fonts. Hmm. All right, but we are dealing with the top box. The radius, let's say it's like 0.2. So this text object here, right? It's inside this line, and text needs to be left, right, top, or bottom aligned here, or in the middle. And the problem is that when you set like the right for text, right, that should then set the left depending on the width, or you set the left and it should set the right depending on the width. So whenever we get these here, to me it feels like these should be options. Right? If you set the left, fine, we're going to set the right, and vice versa. Set the bottom, we'll set the top. But this means that we have to do that, but we have to know which one you set. And how do we do that? Because it would be nice to kind of not have to calculate these all the time. Once it's calculated, fine, fill it in. Maybe we'll have these the options as F32s. Then once it's set, we'll unset the other one. So let's say you set the left one, we will unset the right one. And same with top and bottom. Then when we go and do the layout, we'll fill in the empty spaces. Now in this case, all of these, none. All right, what else? In the setting here, value as, I don't know, F32. All right. So if you provide us with a left one, we'll set that to some, but we will take self.right dot take. We're going to take that. All right. Now we'll do the same thing for the other three here. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Thank you. So YST comma right bracket. That's a sum on that. Boom, boom, boom. Whoa, where'd it go? And then we self.bottom.take. All right. YST comma bracket. Self.left.take. All right, now this one. Top.take. Okay, let's make sure we got the pairs right. Left, we're setting left, we take right. Top, set top, take the bottom. Right, set right, take left. Bottom, set bottom, take top. Good. All right, now, while we're doing layout in here, Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, interesting. We'll have to do the layout first and then set the translation. Once that's set, let's see, and what is this one? That's if we're in the tree. That's fine. So if we're in the tree, then we set our origin point. It shall be set by this point. All right. Yes, now we have left and top. These are options, right? No, that one's not. This one is. Where'd that one come from? Left, right, ref, bottom, ref, top. Hmm. You're gonna lay down? Later you have a full learning session ahead of you? Hmm. Yeah, I hope that goes well for you. I think you'll do it. Now, did we do something that made sense here? You know you will. You're dedicated, so you'll do it. That's good. That's good. This. I mean, what do we do with this stuff? So right and left here. Well, what if they're not set? How do we calculate the line width? Is there a max width on this? Yes, there should be, actually. I think what we just did is wrong. Kind of. I think we need two sets of these values. Uh, okay, this is, I'm gonna undo some of this. No, because these are the suggested left, top, right, and bottom. And yes, if they set right, then we should determine what the left is. No, no, no. I think I got it. I got it. I got it. Left in this case is arbitrary. It really is. Because I think this value here is actually supposed to be 0. Left is always 0 in this case. Right, because, but it's only 0 after we do this. Get some more tea going. There we go. Put that top back on that. Let's think about this. We need a width. So we must have a width. And the width is going to be suggested by the container. Hold on a sec. All right. We're gonna undo these. We're gonna solve this by updating the constraints. Okay. Yep. Take that off there. Good. Keep that one. So the container is going to set some weak constraints for this, and then it should be able to override the constraints. And how does this work? In this case, we're saying the bottom is equal to the top plus height, and that's strong. That's fine. The right is left plus width. Yes. But left, right, top, and bottom's constraints should be set by a line. So in this case, we set child left is strongly equal to our left. Okay, so that's what's left. Center, we say it's strongly equal to having the same gap on the right and the left, and same with the right. The right is equal to that. The problem is when we get to the start, right, here we have child right and child bottom, and I think we did this wrong. I think if we have this start with the left being set, we should weakly set the right. That's too much. All right, this should return 2. Let's just add a constraint. So instead of keeping them here, we'll just add them. And for each one of these, we'll have to deal with getting the right and the left. Actually, it's these. We can delete those. Take this, put this up there. That's the full set. Get rid of those and those. Okay, now we have our constraints. We're just going to push this in there. So here we have the child left, and that is strongly equal to our left if alignment is start. But that doesn't set the right side. So we will say weakly our right is set. Child right is going to be weakly set. to our right. Okay. Then something similar on the left, on the end. Semicolon, do that, toss that in there. Actually, that only needs one. Okay, that's fine. But this here, the child left needs to have a weak constraint. That's pretty good there. Yeah, and then we can get rid of those. Get rid of that. Then we'll have 4 total constraints. Good. Capacity is still the same. Let's update the vertical ones. Let's see. Bottom will be weak. Center is fine. And now for the end. Oops. YST comma right. Top, bottom, top, okay. All right. Oh, what's wrong with this? Oh, yeah, it's still assigned to V constraint. Get rid of that. Semicolon. Then we just add the constraints. That's good. Let's try that out. All right. So a line here on the top object. Start horizontal set to end already. Okay, that's a bad sign. All right. Start and start. Vertical alignment. Let's go to end. Okay, that works. Text left, top, and bottom. Right didn't change. Okay. Start. Center. All right. Now horizontal alignment. End. Left and right. Okay. Now this is where we have to put a strong constraint for the text object saying what? Where it thinks that it's left and right, etc. should be. The problem is we don't know, actually don't know. Actually, we just set a constraint for its width. Ooh. Okay, we'll do that. We can do that. We can do that. How do we do that? Text. So after layout has happened, we have our width, we have our height. Right? Height is here. Where's width? Did I get rid of that? No, here it is. Let's just call that width. All right. So we have our width and height. Sorry, I was considering whether or not we had to add the width to this condition. I don't think so. I think that's fine. So now we have our width, height, and two constraints. Our vertical constraint, we are saying that our height is equal to this. Now, we should do the same thing here, but instead of weak, this is strong. Sarcastic Dante, good morning. Good morning. And this is going to be left plus width. That's self-doubt. Okay. That's that. This isn't what I want. I want left here. That should be the constraint. Good. Variable, variable. You wish it was morning. Uh, how was your day? How was Wednesday? Oh, that's hot. All right. It seems like it might actually work. Let's close this because we're giving this strong constraints. And in the other place, the constraints are weak. Now, when this first sets up, it'll say, okay, I've got all this space. It calculates the wrapping and everything and says, okay, no, 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 I really only need this constraint, right? This left and our width and height constraint. Let's rename this instead of vertical and horizontal. This is our height constraint, and this is our width constraint. There we go. All right. That looks like it's going to be okay. Let's get rid of weak, do a little cleanup. Otherwise, we end up later having a lot of cleanup to do. Align. I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of Cassowary. Took a while to kind of figure out, like, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you align something to the right and the left? It seems like you could use it for more than just UI stuff. Like you might be able to, put that in a game, right? I don't know, have certain kinds of um, scenarios increase the weight of certain things. I don't know. I'll think about it. Is cassowary like yoga? I'm not familiar with yoga. Well, maybe I'm not familiar with the yoga you're talking about. Is it? Oh, wait. I think the guy that wrote this actually is the same one that did yoga. Hold on. YOGA. Yoga? No. There's different documentation. Let's go back to the home page. Where's the home page? Repository? Hmm. Because there is, read the documentation. I thought I had a website. Ah, a Flexbox layout thing. It's it's more flexible, actually. Um, yeah, there's a different Flexbox that we were trying to use before, um, but I shelved that and ended up using Cassowary instead. Cassowary being able to register these constraints without the components knowing about each other makes it quite a bit more flexible. Um, just because of how Godot components all stitch together, it makes it much easier to wire up. But yeah, I guess it would be similar, but in that they're both sort of layout things. But with Cassowary, you just set up this constraints like little equations, right? You give it a whole bunch of equations. It looks at all of them, which values and variables are known, and it solves the rest of the unknown variables and then sets them. It lets you know what they are. So it's really neat. Okay, horizontal alignment to end. Center, start. Okay, that's working. Okay, that all appears to be working, except the text is going the wrong way. How do we do that? Did I butcher text? Where's width and layout? Line width? Yeah, that's fine. That's right minus left. Those are off those. Those are F32s. That should be fine. Okay, let's come back down in here. Let's say we want to be aligned to the end. Oh, we set right and left to 18. That smells like a butchered constraint. Like this width is a dud. DBG width, is that width correct? All right, this song, yeah, let's save this. Oh, wait, let's come into this with start set. Goodbye, Godot. Okay, that built, run it. All right, the width is 0.356. Seriously, that's not, mm. All right, that means that our width here is wrong. Because max width should be whatever the maximum is of this. Offset should be how far in, right? Offset is F32. Yeah, that's the X value. So that plus the width, we just set max width equal to that. We're going to see a lot of spew for this. CH offset. All right. All right, there we go. Run it. Now here comes the debug spew. Offset width. Oh, and here it says the width is 16. Well, that's interesting because these still work. UI test. Okay, yeah, that still works. What about game? Not working. Yeah, here, much smaller. Is that because of the scale? All right, these are in the fonts units, right? So we should have. Oh, the offset is 0 for all of these. Why? Why is the offset 0? Okay, so it's actually correct. That bit's correct. It's because for whatever reason, the line width here must be really narrow. Again, it's open game. The width is what? Line width is 1460. That's hardly the width of a character. Did it get settled to that point? All right, I'm gonna try this again. Close that, open game. Oh, wow. What? Huh. Border box, child should exist and remove child. Okay. Yeah, because the line width starts out as 0 because I see. These values, when it first gets set, right, so we're probably not logging it, but eventually, somewhere in here, it actually sets width, excuse me, left and top, right? But when it sets that, then it calls layout. But layout, just having had received one of the values, doesn't know what the others are, so they're still 0. So maybe they should still be option at this point. Does the thing holding the text need to tell it to lay out full width? Yes, and that's what we're trying to do, but it's doing a weak suggestion of what its values should be. Um, so let's look at this again. So we've got the screen. The screen is kind of a constraint. It resizes everything when the screen gets resized. Um, then we have a container. This is a border box. That's what those pretty rounded corners are. Then we have, oh no, I'm sorry. This is a list, and that's why these things are one after the other. And if we change this to be horizontal, Then they should go left to right or crash Godot, whichever comes first. Uh-oh. No. I have Tmux pausing it. Okay. So yeah, now you can see that we can flip the direction here. That works. Then we have the title, which is the top section. That's also a box, a little border box. Inside of that, I have a line, and we are trying to center these. The problem is that it's um, it's rendering before all of its values have been set. So it doesn't know that right hasn't been set, and the default value of 0 shouldn't be used. So we're going to go back and put option back on those, just so that we know that they've been set. All right. Where is it? In here. That'll be some value. Then we call layout. And layout, uh, the function layout, if we're in the tree and all of our properties have been set, only layout. You know what? Can we do this in deferred layout? Do we have a deferred layout? No, just layout. If self.left.is none or self.right.is none, left, self.right, self.top, self.bottom, iter, any. We'll return early if any of those are none. Does that actually work for that? In which case we could merely unwrap these. There should be a couple more down here. No? All right. Let's see. Will it blend? Will it blend? Anybody got any good jokes? Clean jokes. I mean, they could be bad jokes, but they got to be clean. Let's see. Where's our list? Let's open the OneNote. What do we got? We got it taken a while. That's what we got. There we go. An SQL query walks into a bar, sees two tables, and asks, "Can I join you?" Da-dun. I like that one. That's a good one. Here we go. Unwrap those. Morning, the Geek Pirate. How you doing? We got more. Julius Caesar walks into a bar and says, "I'll have a Martinez." The bartender gives him a puzzled look and asks, "Don't you mean a martini?" "Look," Caesar replies, "if I wanted a double, I'd have asked for it." Latin jokes. Great, right? I mean, was that that bad? All right. A rabbi, a priest, and a Lutheran minister walk into a bar. Bartender looks up and says, "Is this some kind of joke here?" There we go. Buddy, after digging out several large blackberry bushes from your backyard. Uh, I miss blackberry bushes. This method calls. Okay, can we just do iter? Probably. All right. They spread like wildfires? Yeah. Oh, the critters around here would eat them. We have wild raspberry in the area, though. All right. Yeah, look at this. Like, we really don't need to have the dependencies warnings or whatever. Okay, so that built. Close that, open that. And what did we just change? I, I don't remember. Oh, that didn't update. Just open game. Oh, look, now we have that. Align. Okay. And center. Oh, look at that. Okay. Center. And. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, try to do that in HTML. I dare you. Well, CSS, you know what I mean. That works. That works. Wow. All right. Now, some of these are rather flexible, like this vertical box here. Oh, and look, it's still in the right spot. Gorgeous. However, some of our other text is gone. Who knows where that went? So because it's just in a border box, Okay, so we broke something else. Save that, save that. Actually, I'm going to redraw this one, UI test. Yeah, that looks okay. Just have to be the right perspective. But where did this one go? Is it rotated or something? No. Okay, but we did get this working with alignment, but border box is probably setting, let's say, it's odd that we can't see it at all. Oh, border box is probably not setting all of them, which seems weird because it should. Okay, let's turn off the title one, list one. Do those still get added as children if we close that and open game again? They do. Okay. They're just not visible. Okay, we're going to duplicate that. Hide that one. That one's working. This one, we're going to work on getting just this broken piece here working. Okay. Yeah, when you do stuff like that, things go weird. Fix that later. Okay, so now we have game. Game has, what do we have? We have the screen, got a horizontal box, horizontal list. Then we've got a border box, which is what we see there, followed by a list, which only has one item in it, another border box, which has no margin, 2. Oh, okay. I've set the wrong values. Never mind. Okay. And why is it okay now? Is it because those values were not set? That's interesting. Yeah, that it works now that we have values for this, but if we go back to 0, okay, close it and reopen it, yeah, it's gone. Okay, let's fix that, because I mean, if everything is 0, let's say we change just anything other than border. Yeah, if we don't set border, it doesn't render. Why? Why doesn't it render? All right, did we get it some other error like something blew up? This, but this was a while ago. Border box child should exist in remove child. Okay, let's remove some of this debug spew. dbg. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. Child added. Yep. Okay, a little better. Which dinosaur knew the most words? Thesaurus. Da-dun-ch. Got time for another one. Oh. The rotation of Earth really makes my day. Okay, we'll give that a save. Quick Godot. Oops, wrong button. Wrong app. Hmm, there we go. All right, good. Less spew. Hmm, less. Still have our constraints in there, which arguably we don't need. All right, but remove constraint. It's the E print lines. Border box. Why do you give up border box when you don't have a margin? Will it work with just one value in margin or in border? Like here, if we say 0.1. No, it didn't. Oh, hold on. It's thinking. It's not a good thinking. Oh, wait. We scrolled back on term 3. There. 0. Text. Bottom right top. No left. Text. Bottom right top. Text. Left. 0. So it did get set. Strange. Because if text is getting those set, why wouldn't it show? Is render being called for text? Or layout, rather? That looks fine. What else do we have? Let's go look at border box in the create constraint. Oh, it's in this file. So we iterate through all of the children. We have a left constraint. Say your left must be equal to our left. I don't know if that's true. Does it have to be? And as we saw earlier, it doesn't. We could say we suggest that it is. So we will weekly suggest that your left is equal to our left. Wait, only 3? 1, 2. Oh, I missed one. That one. So instead of this thing saying that everything must be this size, now it's saying you should be this size. Or you may be this size. I don't know. It's up to you. Or are we using strong here in two places? Where is this? This is in align. Yeah, that's fine. All right, restart Godot. I mean, other than changing those to weak and then taking out some of the print lines, we didn't do much there. Not much at all. So, yeah. Now I have some issues here. Yeah, that's definitely a side effect of changing those to weak, because now the inner type here, that is not getting pulled over to the right. Maybe we should have chosen medium. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's check game. Yeah, still not there. Oh, we were going to check. Is render getting called for that? Layout is in tree. Layout is in tree. Fine. Text right, top, bottom, and left is probably already set to 0 from before. Oh, here. Who knows if this is the right one or not? I don't know. All right. Well, I think that change that we made to weak is the wrong one in border box. Because a border box wants the thing that's inside of it to be within it. At least the top and the left. Right though? I mean, if your width isn't full width, then fine. You don't have to be full right. Child top should also be strong. Oh, required. Required. I don't know. I think I favor strong over that. Required feels like the CSS, like get out of jail free card, right? I don't even remember what it's called anymore. I think it begins with an I. Important. It's called important. So I've got some racing geese for sale. Let me know if you want to take a quick gander. Da-dunch. Yeah, important. Thank you. Well, today you learned that gander is a male goose. Yes. Hmm, that's different. Still nothing in here. I feel like we're gonna find it eventually. It'll be like off the screen somewhere. Let's check its transform. It says it's at 0, so it's right there. Huh. And I'm thinking that these here are actually from the other scene. Let's add a little padding there. So I do the resize, add a little bit more padding. Ignore that error. Reset that. That didn't actually change anything. Margin, top. Okay. Bottom right top, bottom right top. But left didn't get set because left isn't changing. Left is the same as before. But if we change left to 0.1, it redrew. Then bottom right top, left, boom, it redraws. Okay. So I think it just wasn't in the tree until that point. So left had not been set. Your mother knew that. Lord knows from where. So why? I guess the question then is, why isn't left being set on there? Does it just start out as 0? It doesn't seem like it should start out as 0. So if we save this, close it, open it, game. Ah, it didn't get rendered. What did happen? Well, it says, I think we rendered the wrong one for a moment. Let's try again. We'll close them both. Ignore that. Game. Okay. Text right, bottom, bottom. Text left and right and right. It should have gotten all of them. That's wait, right, bottom, left. It didn't get top. Fascinating. Do we just assume that top is always 0? That seems silly. Why didn't top get set? Because somewhere along the way, we don't have a constraint for that. So it didn't solve it. List, is this your fault? Or is it somebody's somewhere up? So here we have a horizontal. This is a list. Screen's a list. No, screen's a screen. Does screen not set top, left, bottom, right? It should. Just sanity check these things. Screen, constraints. Left, top, right, and bottom. And this is required. These are forced. These must be this size. That's fine. As a child of screen, your size is set. Done. All right. Inside of screen, we have list. And list, depending on if it's horizontal or vertical, in our case, it is, at the moment, horizontal. Let's make it vertical. Now we have one of each. So let's look at vertical. And for each child, we say that the child's left is strongly our left. Child's right, our right. And then here, if we had a previous child, we do this. The previous bottom was strongly equal to the child's top. Our top, child's top, okay. So it looks like all of these are actually strongly related. But the bottom here is weak. I don't see why this would need to be any stronger than weak. It says what this basically does is this changes the height of the V box. Let's see, what is this doing? This is saying that our we constrained in case the height is not given by the content. This may happen if you have a border box with a child in the list. So if you have one of these with a border box inside of it, but nothing inside the border box, then we don't know what our height is. Or let's see, what is this trying to solve? Child bottom minus child top. So this is basically the height of the child. Okay. So this is saying for ever how many children we have, we will divide up the space in a weak way. Got it. And that's going to be the same thing for the horizontal constraints. Okay, that looks okay. Then we have border box. And border box, in this case, it does have a border, as this is the visible one. And it's got another list inside of it. Let's say a horizontal list, doesn't matter. that has another border box that has no border, no margin. Excuse me, no border. And if we set the border, that didn't actually change it. I thought for sure we would see something. There we go. Yeah, control. Yeah, and you can see that some of these constraints are not very forceful. It's having the Casware is having to decide between two, and it picks one versus the other, kind of at random because internally it uses a hash map. All right, what is the point of a border box that doesn't have a border? Well, you might want padding or something else. So if we do that, open it again. Yeah, nothing. Open, nothing. Okay, so it's not there. And why this padding? Why? Okay, border box. Excuse me, it's not padding, it's the border. Let's just border top, right? There's nothing having to do with constraints there. Or where is it? Where's our constraints? Do we not do constraints in there? I thought they were like the third one or something. No. Oh, create constraints. Here we go. So we get all of our values. And then we say the child left is border left plus padding. What if okay, the translation seems close. It's like it has no size. It's a little tiny box there. Child right constraints are our right, our left, margin right, border, padding right. It's weakly equal to the child's right. Give it a medium strength. Are we fighting some other size? I'm gonna have to come up with a plan for these. Like when do we use medium? When do we use strong? When do we use weak? Strong is us saying you should be there. You must be there. Or I guess must is more required. But I don't see a reason why this would cause something not to get set. Sure. Okay. Well, we changed this to medium. That might be enough to kick it, but how silly would that be? There we go. UI test now works. Game. Still tiny. Okay, so our border box, one of them, it's a bottom of 10 and a right of 6. What is it? Right of 6, the other's right of 18. Okay, we got left, top, right, and bottom. But it didn't say that it was in the tree yet. Is that a different... you know what? It's because of this other container there. I'm going to take that and put that over there. Right here, let's save branches scene. Oh, it can't be done on instance scenes. Hmm. I wonder why. Alright, whatever. Let's take a peek at this. Yeah, we were just playing with alignment in there. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Save. Close it. Clear our little buffer. Open game. So we only had right and bottom set. Okay. No left. No top. But we have bordered box. 4 of them set. And then another border box with 4 set. I mean, these might be the same one. They might be different. But because there's 2, I'm guessing that it's just that there's 2. Yeah, and the sizes are just inside the other value, so that looks correct. Oops, what happened over there? All right. I think it has to do with the border box, because for some reason we're just not getting top and left set. Is there anything else inside of this? Yeah, we have text right there. It's inside of a border box. This border box has nothing, and for whatever reason, those default values of 0. I mean, maybe we just say, okay, your default 0. But how does it know the default 0? All right, so let's go back to text. Let's say that our left and top are by default 0. But doesn't that seem weird? Why wouldn't it tell us? Tell us that it's 0. It tells the boxes that they're 0. Look, right here, border box, top, 0, done. And the left. Could be, could still be in here. Are we skipping these anyway? Doesn't look like it. We're saying like, hey, this is a strong suggestion. I mean, if we went to required on this for top and left, does that force it? All right, that one still works. UI test is fine. Game, nothing. Yeah, still there at 0, nothing. And all we have to do is give it a little push. And there it is. That is so strange. I'm going to stop beating my head against the wall and get on with my day. Um, let's see who we're going to raid today. Toggle bit. We hardly get a raid toggle bit. Raid toggle bit. Well, thanks for hanging out, Senecron. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it might be something that just comes to me. We stop thinking about it, and it just something happens. So, till next time, y'all. Bye bye.